Andorra Publishing presents The Cabala by Neville Goddard. Narrated by Anderson Lincoln. This past Wednesday, I had occasion to go to an old Bible of mine, and there I found 2 letters of my friend Old Abdullah. I had long forgotten them, for they were given to me back in 1930 or 31. They are now molding and falling apart. They were simply instructions on the Cabala, and the first portion of them would not interest you because it's all very technical in Hebrew. But there are other portions of it that I know will interest you. And this is what he said in one. Creatures are never guilty of the seeming wrongs they do. The Lord ordained all deeds, and he alone performs all that is performed. That's what it starts with. He accuses no one of evil, for all have fulfilled his command and performed his service. If there is evil, I, the Lord, alone am evil. Isaiah 45:7. When you first read it on a certain level of awareness, you are startled. It's in conflict with everything that you hold dear. But he doesn't stop there. He takes a very small little passage of the book of John, the 4th chapter of John. It's a conversation between Jesus and the woman of Samaria. And he said to her, Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We worship what we know, for salvation is from the Jews. Verse 21. And then he stops there. When you read it, you wonder what it's all about. Now listen to this grand old man's interpretation of it. Yehuda, he translates. Yehuda as Jew. We anglicize the word Yehuda and call it Judah. Judah is spelled just as you would spell the Lord's name. Y-O-D-H-E-V-A-U-H-E. Only you insert a daleth, the letter D, into the word. Judah was the 4th son of Jacob. In all lists of the sons of Jacob, he is given the position of 4th. In the genealogy of Jesus, that is, the one given us in the book of Matthew, he is the 4th. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Judah, and his brothers. He's the 4th one mentioned, and yet he's the 4th of the 12. In the New Testament, he is the first in rank of those who are sealed, as told us in the 7th chapter of Revelation, verse 5. Here he is sealed, the first one to be sealed among those who are forever the redeemed. And this is what the word Yehuda means. Salvation is from the Jews. And you wonder, but what does it mean? A Jew born after the flesh of Abraham? No, the Jew born after the faith of Abraham that brings itself to the point where it is culminated in the promise fulfilled, the promise made to Abraham, the promise of the child. Genesis 17:15, 18:14. And these are the old promises made to Abraham, the promise of the child. Genesis 17:15, 18:14. And these are the old man's words. He goes back and he quotes, You worship what you do not know. And then he translates it in this manner. You serve, you are blind to that which you serve. You do not know why you serve, but you serve. We know what we serve. We know what we worship. We are the beholders of the eternal principle. We are the knowers of the little child. Yehuda stands for the presence of his praise. The center of his presence is the mouth, or king. The king is the little child. All heaven obeys the little child, and all earth is compelled to manifest that which the heavens obey, and they obey only the voice of the little child. You must always forever think of the Christos as the little child. Those are Abdullah's words. I'd long forgotten that letter. I've had it now, say, 34 years in an old Bible that I rarely have occasion to refer to. Then you go back and you read the 8th chapter of the book of Proverbs, and start at the 22nd verse, and go through, say, to the 31st. The Lord created me at the beginning of his way, the first of his acts of old. Ages ago I was set up, at the first, before he brought forth the earth. When he laid the foundations of the earth, I was beside him as a little child. I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited world, and delighting in the sons of men. He who finds me finds life. He who misses me injures himself. He who hates me loves death. Now here is the personification of wisdom. The Hebrews took all abstract ideas and principles and personified them. So the first creation of God was wisdom, the first emanation. The verb created me can also be translated and possibly has a far greater claim to the new definition of it rather than the old one, possessed me. The King James Version said, The Lord possessed me at the beginning of his way.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?